To begin with, I feel that there's not much of knowledge about the subject in the teachers. So they're not able to relate to the content in the textbook to the reality, and they're not even able to convey it properly to the students as for what they want it in the way. So that communication gap is some major drawback, and also that the students are not being attracted towards the subject.
If real side of education was to score a better marks in a test, then we have lost the sight of education. For example, a problem in our accounts textbook, a problem where a person earns a profit claimed by insurance, which cannot happen in the real life. This is the way we have lost the approach towards our education.
One thing which I find a little ridiculous is the godly status which toppers are given in society. Now when I say the godly status which is given to toppers in society, I mean even me being in the field of education, me being a teacher in the system, I find it a little ridiculous that people who get 99 or 100 are considered to be great. To be very honest, I've seen more changes being done by average students than people who scored 100 out of 100 in mathematics exams or in any other exam. So our intention, our belief that toppers are people who are capable of changing the world, that is poorly conceived.
The colleges focuses more on petty things than on academics. Some colleges have silly rules like compulsory 90% attendance and dress code, like no wearing flip-flops, no round neck t-shirts, and electronic goods are not allowed.
This is where colleges lack their basic fundamentals. They want to focus on some things which don't matter. Now, if a student is wearing flip-flops to college, or if he's coming in bare feet, or if he's wearing Nike shoes, it really doesn't improve nor decrease the amount of information that goes into his head. But instead, colleges want to focus on the petty things because that's easier to do rather than improving themselves. And that's where you can see that the whole education system is becoming very lethargic in development.
The flaws in our education system, which I find is the unnecessary syllabus or the irrelevant syllabus which is implemented in our textbooks. One of these are in mathematics, the trigonometries. At one point of time you'll be like, we don't even use this in our near future. So these are a few chapters which should be completely erased from our syllabus, so that they can put in more topics or more syllabus which are really important and which are necessary for our career building.
One thing which I find is a bit of a concern is that practical part of education is not included. When I say practical part, I don't mean something like taking students to a lab and showing them how chemistry works. Now, for something like, say, accounting, students are not really shown how a balance sheet is like. Students are not shown things like income statements, ratio analysis, how that works in the practical world. All they're shown is this is how we're supposed to do journal entries and this is how we're supposed to do ledger entries. Now, these are the minor aspects. But if you want a student to actually like a subject, learn a subject, the best way to go about doing that is to show it from a practical point of view. Show them a memorandum of association, a copy of memorandum of association in a business class. Show them how products have failed in a marketing class. Give examples of cases in business class, in business law class, sorry. And by doing that, you're able to see how much improvement you find in a student's learning.
One more thing all of us would agree to is when a student is actually wanting to correct a teacher on behalf of any topic, as regards to any topic, the teacher takes it too personally, and sometimes it is such that they're not able to handle the situation properly, and the exaggeration goes to such a point that they are taken to higher levels.
They say, give a man a fish and you feed him for a day, but teach him how to catch a fish and you feed him for a lifetime. When we implement this anecdote into our reality, we are just taught how to survive for a test or for an exam. We are not taught how we should take whatever we learn throughout our lives. So this is where we lack that is skill-based learning. And the second thing is incentive teaching or incentive learning. When we think about how we are taught in college and then how Siddharth sir teaches in transition, there's a huge gap. And in colleges we are not really attentive, we are not really interested in what they teach. But then when it comes to transition, we are like so into the subject, and that is where the biggest flaws of our colleges or in our education